This is so beautiful, right? One queen says, "Take me," the other queen is born.
Here we go. We got some Blitz commentary coming up on a Blitz game of chess. I got to get down the pub in a minute because it's the Rugby World Cup opening match. France v New Zealand. I'm a big rugby fan. I still play myself. But we do have some very exciting chess to cover off first. Now, that was Sagar Shah reacting to the end of this Gukesh game. He was playing against MVL, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, experienced Super GM, youth against experience here. Really exciting little miniature game. Let's check this one out. It's the Blitz Day 4 of the Tata Steel India Rapid and Blitz. So Gukesh, D4. We get these opening moves. Nimzo Indian mainline invitation, but Gukesh goes for knight f3. D5 goes back into a Queen's Gambit declined, and now knight c3, knight bd7, we get an exchange. This is known as the Carlsbad pawn structure. Now bishop f4, both bishops springing to life, and after e3, locking this one's retreat and everything, well, knight e4. Black wants to put maximum pressure on that knight on c3. Queen c2 covers the threat. And now this is what I love about Blitz chess. The players throw the pieces, they go for it. g5 on the board. Maxime pushing back this bishop, and now knight b6, preparing to develop the other bishop into the game and eyeball the white queen. So bishop d3 anticipates, bishop f5 anyway. Now knight d2, a retreating move, but it puts a lot of pressure on this annoying piece. Maybe f3 on the cards one day, depending how the game unfolds. So queen e7 covers the knight. Also sets up ideas of castling queenside. And now you can start taking on e4 here, liquidate some pieces, but Gukesh goes a3, putting the question to that bishop. Here we see takes. Maxime playing with initiative. Pawn recaptures, h5, now looking to trap this bishop, and this is the moment that Gukesh decides, right, I got to do something about this pressure on e4, and here Maxime makes a big positional mistake. Surprising for a player of his caliber, but they're under severe time pressure. Now what should you do? Well, recaptures with the bishop is best. Why? Because after knight takes, then you can take with the queen. Queen recaptures, pawn recaptures, and now even though you unleash these pawns to advance, big centre for white, well, the knight does have these squares under tabs. Yes, you're shedding a pawn, but there's knight d5, hitting bishop, hitting this pawn, and if here, this is one of the computer's top lines, goes like this, you get a position where white's a pawn up, but it's doubled, black is active, should be roughly level. Not easy necessarily though to see you can give white this pawn at the end of the line. So instead we see pawn takes, the queen stays with this pawn, but look at the huge centre that Gukesh has now got. So first we get h4, stopping this bishop from getting harassed. Castle's queenside played, and now c4. And Vishy Anand commented in the commentary on chess24/chess.com, both channels are covering it, one and the same company now, that this is one of the most beautiful pawn structures he'd seen all day. And it's strategically lost for black. White is killing it with this attack. So this is why Maxime has to go for some kind of tricks, counterplay, and he starts with bishop g6. Why? Well, now the bishop is defended by the pawn. He's setting up after pawn a4, threatening a5, rook takes on d4. Shades of Garry Kasparov's Immortal versus Veselin Topalov 1999. Now in that game, Garry gives an entire rook for a pawn on d4, but with him playing the white pieces, Topalov was black. Anyway, unfortunately this isn't quite as beautiful, because if you capture with the pawn, yes, black gets some play, but actually white is still better here. You unleash this bishop's attack on the queen, that was the point of supporting it. Queen goes, you pick up a knight with check. Now you can take, king f1 more accurate. Okay, white's still a bit better with the big centre, horrible knight, but why actually go in for this? Instead, you can go a5 and just counter-attack on that knight. Now the computer wants to move it away, but MVL, he's going for the counterplay, so he doubles the rooks on the file, saying you take my knight, I'll take yours. But that's exactly the line Gukesh goes down. He captures. we see rook captures, and this is where Gukesh just plays this awesome move, right? You can probably guess this was the thumbnail position. Loves giving his queen at the moment. He takes on a7 here because the pawn is unstoppable. You're making a new queen. So we see captures, and here the pawn becomes a baby girl or an Amazon warrior queen, as Mcron mentioned in the comments that I should call it, maybe. Shout out to him, long-time viewer and supporter. And this is also where we get the clip from Sagar Shah, reviewing the game and just appreciating the beauty of this sequence.
This is so beautiful, right? One queen says, take me, the other queen is born.
So nice combo from Gukesh. He's winning after king d7, but what's the finishing touch? How do you put the icing on the cake to destroy black on the spot? Can you find the tactic? So the move to play here is queen a4 check. Simply forking queen and rook. After king goes, you pick up an entire rook. We got check, king e2, and resigns. Nothing to be done, you're a rook down. Lovely game from Gukesh, but I don't want to mischaracterize the day. Both him and MVL finished kind of middle of the pack. Prague was out in front, but MVL did win the Rapid on day one, so he's probably still overall top. I hope you enjoyed this one, and by the way, I've had a couple of people asking me how do I support the channel if I want to do so. So I don't actually have a Patreon or anything like that. Someone was asking about that. There is a link to PayPal in the description or on the about page of the channel or home page. If you do want to use that, support the channel. Equally, there's some membership options. It's difficult for me to do loads through the membership right now, but simply if you want to support the channel, help me pursue this dream of bringing you full-time chess content, right? That's what I'd love to do one day. Then it's always greatly appreciated, and you can find those links, description, channel, etc. Thanks very much anyway. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the final day of the Blitz. See you soon.